They say that good things happen to those who wait. Well, after completing 71 laps in June and waiting 76 days because of a rainout, finally the Verizon IndyCar Series drivers would get a chance to shine under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway. Nick Yeoman here once again with your highlights of the Firestone 600. James Hinchcliffe would lead the field back to the green, but that's the only time you'd see the field single file for the next 20 laps. Ryan Hunter-Reay would jump to the outside of the mayor of Hinchtown and lead a freight train of 2x2 packs, which made for an absolutely exhilarating restart to the race. By lap 100, things would settle down with Hinchcliffe out front. Helio Castroneves had moved his way from 7th to 2nd, and after restarting 12th, Graham Rahal had fought his way up to 3rd. Moments later, the pit window would open for the first time, sending a majority of the field to pit road for service. Helio Castroneves would cycle his way to the front, but on lap 130, James Hinchcliffe would use a daring move into turn number 1 to retake the lead. As badly as James Hinchcliffe needed a good run in 2016, the same could be said for Ed Carpenter, who by lap 170 had comfortably worked his way into second. The entire field would pit under green for the final time just past lap 200, but on lap 213, the race would see its first caution. Contact between Ed Carpenter and Scott Dixon would send the Target Chevrolet sliding up the racetrack to pound the turn 1 wall, and after sliding back down the track, very nearly collected Helio Castroneves. The race would restart with 27 laps to go and just 5 cars on the lead lap, and immediately Ed Carpenter would challenge James Hinchcliffe for the lead down the backstretch. 4 laps later, Carpenter's car would wiggle right in front of Helio Castroneves, bringing out the race's second caution in turn number 4. Both drivers would sustain damage, the worst being to Carpenter's fuzzy Chevrolet, ending his bid to win for the first time in 2 years. The carbon fiber wouldn't be done flying when Michaela Lotion would get sideways and spin with 15 laps to go. With nowhere to go, Jack Hawksworth would also get collected. Both drivers' night would end, and thankfully both would escape serious injury. The final 10 laps would be run caution-free, and what an incredible show James Hinchcliffe, Graham Rahal, Tony Kanaan, and Simon Pagenaud would put on. It was vintage, edge-of-your-seat, wheel-to-wheel, hold-your-breath racing at Texas Motor Speedway. They'd go 2 wide, they'd go 3 wide, they'd even go 4 wide in the final laps. Graham Rahal would get a monster run out of turn number 2 and shoot to the inside of James Hinchcliffe. The two would race through turns 3 and 4, and at the start-finish line, Graham Rahal would score the win by 8 1/1000ths of a second. The victory was the 4th of Rahal's career and his first of 2016. A dejected James Hinchcliffe would have to settle for second, and Tony Kanaan would end up 3rd. Points leader Simon Pagenaud would end up 4th, extending his points lead to 28 markers over Will Power with just 2 races left in the season. Up next for the Verizon IndyCar Series, a visit to the Finger Lake region for September 4th's race at Watkins Glen International with live coverage on NBC Sports Network and IndyCar Radio. Congratulations to Graham Rahal, the winner of the Firestone 600.